An astonishing discovery in Egypt's forgotten city, the world's first zoo, unearthed in an incredible 6,000-year-old discovery. And we wonder what they were doing with these animals. Egypt's forgotten city, which experts think could be linked with the birth of the ancient civilization, has been re-excavated by archaeologist Dr. Renee Friedman. She says she found evidence of the world's first zoo dating back more than 6,000 years. Heraklopolis, Herakonpolis, which was the religious and political capital of Upper Egypt at the end of the prehistoric era between 3,200 BC and 2,686 BC. But the first settlement of this forgotten city may date back to the late Badari culture more than 6,000 years ago, she says. The first evidence of its ruins were excavated towards the end of the 19th century by the English archaeologists James Kibble and Frederick Green, who theorized the city had at least 5,000 and possibly as many as 10,000 residents at its height. More recently, though, the area was excavated further by a multinational team of archaeologists, Egyptologists, geologists, and members of other sciences, which was coordinated by Michael Hoffman until his death in 1990. And since 2001, Dr. Renee Friedman led the efforts to learn more about Herakonpolis with her recent developments documented in Channel 5's new series, Ancient Mysteries, Animals of Egypt's Underworld. She revealed how experts discovered this large area, estimated to be around 3 miles square, was also hiding a number of bizarre rituals below the sand. She says Herakonpolis is a very important site for the beginning of the Egyptian civilization. It has been known to be an important site for over 100 years. Very important artifacts were found there in 1898, she said. Then in the 70s, myself and Michael Hoffman went back to the site to look around some more. We found this cemetery and began excavating it. But not only did we find human burials, we found these very strange animals that took us some time to figure out what they were. Dr. Friedman went on to detail how the strange discoveries just kept on coming. She said, we did not expect to find 7 baboons in a grave and a wildcat and a hippopotamus buried along with humans. Well, now why were baboons and wildcats and hippopotamus buried with humans? She said, we began again in the 90s, and as we excavated, we found more and more animals, she said. And every time we found a human burial, we would find stranger and stranger animals. During the series, Dr. Friedman takes viewers to the locations of the actual burials, where she has found the remains of hippopotami, hartebeests, elephants, baboons, and African wildcats. As she says in the documentary, so here, in essence, we have the world's first zoo, and it dates back over 6,000 years. Dr. Friedman revealed that she now believes the ancient civilization captured, cared for, and showed off these exotic animals. She said, although all these animals have obviously been buried, we see that they sustained injuries that were healed and had to be healed under human care. We think that they were in captivity for at least 6 weeks for the injuries to heal, but how much beyond that, I can't say. And she says, so these animals were kept on site, alive. I don't think the whole point was to actually bury them. I think it was to show them off. Dr. Friedman believes keeping the animals in captivity was a show of power to the ancient Egyptians. She says to have these animals would prove that the ruler of the site was very wealthy and powerful. Killing animals was easy, but actually bringing them back alive is a lot harder. Imagine an elephant, a leopard, or a lion. She says keeping it alive is another skill too. We have a leopard, a wildcat, 2 elephants, hippopotami, crocodiles. All these animals represent power. These are animals that we are afraid of, that they caused chaos, and by capturing them, they showed control over them. But there could be far more to come. Dr. Friedman explained only 20% of Herakonpolis has been unearthed and pins hopes on many surprises to be announced in the future. And this is on Express UK by Callum Hoare. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.